If there's one thing you should do in Vietnam, it's to take a Halong Bay Cruise. At least that's what everyone says online. Is that true though? Today I want to see if the Halong Bay Cruise outside of Hanoi is overrated or actually worth it. There are basically two types of Halong Bay cruises you can take: party cruises and luxury cruises. Or you can do like me. I found a cheaper alternative that doesn't really fit in with either of those two options. The Phoenix Cruiser is a little bit smaller than most of the other boats here. There are just 14 cabins, and it's missing some of the luxuries on the other boats, like karaoke. I think most people are happy that they don't have karaoke here. These cruises typically cost around $300, but I paid $160 for mine, and that included a single cabin charge. So what exactly am I getting for that money? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Let me show you around the boat. Meals and transportation to and from the hotel is included in the price, and you also get a standard set of activities like kayaking, hiking, and maybe a simple cooking class as well. You have to pay for any extra activities and all the drinks as well, but I think I can live with that. So what do you think? Halong Bay, first day?
Absolutely amazing, yeah, very impressed. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
The name Halong Bay actually means descending dragon, and I'm not really sure how they got this to be a dragon, but it's still a very impressive place. There's a little bit of fear of missing out here. I know that there are more than 1,900 islands here, but I keep thinking that maybe the one I'm not looking at is the really gorgeous one I would have loved to see. And we're off to our first excursion. I think it was hiking or something like that. I actually forgot. Sorry, do you know what we're doing right now?
I think we are going into some caves now. Around 2:30 after that, we're going for a hiking trip somewhere.
Leaving money in a cave for luck? Yeah, why not? I've heard stranger things. This cave is absolutely gorgeous and really impressive, but it's very touristy as well. Onwards to the next island. Time for some hiking. Someone is well prepared. Enjoying your beer?
Yeah, it's a bit warm though.
The on-board fridge, where is it?
But I think it's a bit small, this boat, for an onboard fridge, in it. There's barely enough room for us to fit on it.
On this very packed island, you have the choice of climbing to the top or staying at the beach. Of course I'm gonna go to the top of the island. This looks like fun. Maybe I should bring a bottle of vodka to the top of the island. Or maybe not. Bloody hell, what a queue to get up. Come to the beautiful Titop Island and stand in line while you try to get to the top. So many people at the top. It's beautiful up here, and it seems like all tourists in all of Vietnam realized that and came here today. What a gorgeous island! I just wish I could see it for all the tourists. It's a fun mix of people in t-shirt and shorts and people in winter jackets on the boat. I guess for some people it's really warm, for some people it's winter. That rock apparently looks a bit like a fish. Maybe if you squint and have some imagination. Now that's a big stick. Sorry, are you compensating for something?
Oh, what I say?
I have no idea how that's gonna look, but it looks pretty cool when he's filming at least. It's not all huge cruise boats here though. Some people take day trips out in Halong Bay. To be honest, I don't think I would do that though. I think you need a full day here to really appreciate the beauty and also to see the sunset. Or sunrise if you're up at like 5-6ish. I wasn't. Let's talk a bit about the activities you can do on a cruise like this. First of all, don't expect an authentic experience. This is about as touristy as it gets in Vietnam. You will see magnificent caves and do lots of cool stuff, but it's all mass tourism, designed to appeal to the widest range of visitors possible. It's all designed to give you the illusion that you learn something about Vietnam or about Halong Bay, all while trying to sell you souvenirs and drinks. But if you come prepared for what to expect, then I think you can still have a lot of fun here. And something else you can do on board is of course get drunk. Cheers! What do you think of the Halong Bay Cruise so far?
It is so nice to meet so many people from all parts of the world. And I think the food has been amazing as well. Lunch, breakfast, dinner, everything. And yeah, the views are just insane.
As a local Vietnamese guy, how do you feel coming to a touristy destination like this?
I feel very happy the foreigner coming to Vietnam. And I think Halong Bay is a place is very good for the foreigner can visit many times. Yeah, okay.
What's the worst part of the Halong Bay Cruise so far?
The worst part in being in Halong Bay is probably nothing. Everything is spectacular. The scenery is amazing. The attendants and staff are fantastic.
That's some glowing reviews. How much do they pay you?
Oh, about 1,000 million dong.
It's a bit colder and more foggy today, but the scenery is still amazing. And now, time for some kayaking as well. I'm gonna come over and ram you. Actually, maybe I am. Better turn. I'm visiting Vietnam at the end of December, and it's not an ideal time to visit Halong Bay. It's in the middle of the Vietnamese winter, so it's cold for one thing. Or, well, cold for Vietnam, that is. I actually prepared myself mentally for 15 degrees and fog, and I assumed there would be no visibility, but this day turned out pretty brilliant. It's warm, it's pleasant, and there's sunshine. I have nothing to complain about. However, keep in mind that the weather is fickle. I hear that in a couple of days it's gonna be rain and fog and, well, pretty miserable weather. So you're tossing the dice when it comes to the weather in winter. You might think that traveling when the weather isn't awesome means that you can get a good deal, but nope, it's not that easy. The price for most cruises seems to be fixed at the same rate all year round. And even though December isn't all that warm, it's still a high season here. The only way I found a slightly cheaper cruise was to search for ages online. Someone told me that a new King Kong movie, Skull Island something, was filmed here. I can imagine why. It's really a mysterious place. Halong Bay has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1994, and it's easy to see why. This place is amazing, with some very unique geography. Millions of years ago, this whole place was covered in limestone formations, more than 1,000 meters tall. Over time, those formations eroded, and people believe that Halong Bay, as it looks today, was formed roughly 8,000 years ago when sea levels rose. The combination of eroded limestone and flooded sea levels created a maze-like geography with huge caves and valleys. There's more than 1,900 islands over a huge area in Halong Bay. On this trip, I'm just seeing a small part of the 1,500 square kilometer area that Halong Bay consists of, but I'm very impressed by what I've seen so far. The table is being set for our final lunch on the cruise. They really feed you a lot and well. Time for some authentic Vietnamese cooking lessons. How to fold a spring roll. So now we can all call ourselves authentic Vietnamese chefs, I think. Now those guys were the real chefs, and man, they're doing all the amazing food on this trip. In 2017, Halong Bay was visited by 1 million tourists, and these cruises are big business for the region and for Vietnam as a whole. The government moved 300 households from Halong Bay to the mainland in 2014, and they claimed that it was for the good of the people as well as the good of the bay. But given the amounts of boats that traffic these waters and the amounts of tourists that visit the caves, I don't think they're fooling anyone. Halong Bay is extremely exploited, and fishing villages are definitely being moved to make room for tourists. Some of the fishermen still remain in the area though, and their houses become additional tourist attractions for visiting boat cruises. However, I can't really blame them. A place like this will draw tons of visitors either way, and there have been worse ways that beautiful spots like this have been exploited. So we're ending the cruise. What do you think now?
I'm going to miss it a lot, yeah. It's been really good. I've made a lot of good friends, especially Kirsty here. You. What about you, Sen?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this place and all you guys as well. And there you have it. That was a quick look at a Halong Bay cruise in winter. Was it worth it? Yes. I'm actually really happy I came here. Sure, the weather could have been better, sure, it's very exploited and very touristy, but it still is a magnificent place to see. This trip gets a warm recommendation from me with some reservations. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a great day. Now have a look at this other video from my Vietnam trip. It's gonna be here, I think.